All right, so we have decided on metal caskets instead of the wood, which I totally agree with that. That's something that I would personally recommend. I feel like it keeps more of a basic look, but it still has a very classy look to it in the funeral home, and the metal helps protect as well, like a vault will, which we'll continue that later, but it also helps to protect it more, has a better good resistance than a wood would. The 18 gauge that we have, it's most of our midline, and you said you wanted to kind of keep a cheaper range, keep it low on the cost.
Yeah, kinda.
18 range, our gauge range, is our midline. The only difference really is more of the corners, which don't really know the difference. There's just same colors that we would have, like I said, 16 gauge, 18 gauge, as well as the 20. Just the thickness is different, that's all it is. Any color, we can do that. Like I said, just, we also offer the safe boxes. It's kind of like a drawer that we have beside when you're looking at your loved one. Right below them is a little drawer. Some people put necklaces in there, bracelets that they wore,
nice.
Rings if they have. We can do those as well.
And you can get that on any casket that we
Pretty much, yeah. May have to go to the person that provides them and ask. We can also probably add it in. I don't think that's much of a cost difference as well. Like I said, color. This is a pink, nothing too bad, and gold, of course. Bronze, we can do that. We can do just a silver color, whatever preference. If you wanted a purple one, we could get a purple one if you wanted. Same as the interior, we can also get different interior colors. If you wanted to hang something up on the panel, which is the top part right there, we can take that out, change that. If you wanted to hang something up there, we can do that as well.
Okay, and that's no extra cost, or is that a little bit of cost to it if we wanted to change out
the only thing, no, we can just pop that out. The only thing, if you wanted to buy something extra that you wanted to personally change it, that's pretty much all it would be. Same as the hardware, there's it's pretty much the same hardware for 16, 18, and 20. You can add a little bit. That may be a little bit of a cost range, but like I said, not much. So there's those, and I mean, there's just abundance to choose from. And then our 20 gauge is gonna be the cheapest of the lowest range, but still, they're all fine caskets, all made the same pretty much. Just like the thickness is, that's all the difference is. And we can get the corners changed as well. I don't know if you mentioned that. We can get, like I said, there's a music note right there.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Angel. I've seen one, we got little baseballs to go in the corner of them. He's a big baseball fan. So we've seen those as well. We can take your time and we can look at those. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. The bars are also different too. If we can just have the regular standard bars, or we can have the ones that kind of swing out. That's more of a pallbearer. They wanted to see that. So yeah, just different ones, and we can also get different interiors. There's more of a sheer, there's the velvet, there's the satin. We can get different, crimping styles. There's a crepe style, and like I said, that cat panel, that can change as well. So yeah, did we want to go for more? Like I said, the 20 gauge is going to be the cheapest. Like I said, they're still all finely made, and then we have our 18, which is about the midline of the price range cost.
Okay, I think I might like the 18 just because it is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit more protectant. I don't really know.
Like I said, with our we have our vaults as well, which different cemeteries, some may require it, some may not. The one that you did choose, they do require one, but we do have different options as well. Just like the 16, 18, and 20, they're all the premium, standard, or basic. Pretty much they align with each other. And you don't have to match up. Like say you wanted, like you said, you want to get an 18, you don't have to get a standard, which is the midline. You don't have to get a premium, you don't have to get a basic. You can just choose whichever one that you preferred. With the 18, since it is the midline, you could go for a standard or a basic. You don't have to get a premium unless you chose to do that. So like I said, just for caskets, we can get different colors. There's also, they're made from concrete or they're made from the steel, so just different ones to choose from. Also, the top part of the vault, we can get that customized because you will be seeing that at the burial site. The family and friends, they'll be able to see that. because it's not at of course, the funeral home.
Okay,
Just
well,
the
that's
casket would
nice.
be there.
So could I get that? Do I have to buy a standard or a premium for that, or could I just buy?
Any of them, we can be able to customize that. We
Okay,
can
that's
get a
nice.
plate for a name or like a little emblem on the top of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Some people also get pictures done, so we can do that as well, and we'll send you a preview of that before it is printed off and shipped to the manufacturing.
Okay. So kind of what's the difference between the basic and the standard? I believe the premium might be just a little bit over my price range.
Yeah, standard, like I said, middle of the line, just a few more less layers than the basic would be. Basic is pretty much comparable to the 20 gauge. Not as much resistance, but enough to, of course, be protected. And then the standard would be the next above that, which would be comparable to the 18 gauge.
Okay. And so I could get these in any color as well, or do I have to go with the ones that's already on?
Pretty much, I mean, you can go whatever you wanted to. Like I said, we would have to contact manufacturing to see what they would and would not allow. But I mean, there's a pink one right there. We can do the blue. Most of the time, people do get a silver or a black or type of a charcoal color. But whatever we can do, we'll try to provide it for you.
Okay.
And like I said, back to like I said, we have the different metal containers. So if you ever just want to change your mind, and like I said, the different curves and corners and stuff, that's all the difference.
Okay. Yeah. So like you said, also on the caskets, you could change these little spots on them as well, like the little markers.
Yeah,
and
of course.
things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the standard ones. Yeah, I might think about that one.
Yeah, of course.
If I could just have a few minutes to just kind of.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Caskets, if you could, that'd be the first thing that we would kind of, if you can get an idea of what you want, we can go ahead and send that in. And then vaults, we can wait later because it is more of a later time choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being so patient, and I'll look at this.
Of course,
really
of course.
fast and everything.